Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well. Having a really great day. All right, this video, I wanted to talk about my theoretical breaking even test on $10,000 on a Bitmain Antminer L7. This is a miner I got from cryptominerbros.com about 2 weeks ago, and thanks to them, I made a video and also a straw poll here on how I should theoretically break even on this Antminer L7 at $10,000 at the time. That's roughly what they go for right now if you guys were to buy one. And so you guys have mostly voted to mine on Litecoinpool.org and sell enough for electric every month and hodl the rest. Okay, and so Litecoinpool.org mines the Litecoin and then Merge mines Dogecoin, and then that Dogecoin is then auto-converted into the Litecoin. And I'm going to show you guys my how much Litecoin the past 24 hours, or actually the past 2 weeks of how much Litecoin we've mined on my L7 thus far, and we'll do some comparisons against what it was before. And I have a strategy here, some food for thought that I may want to try. This may be a big gamble. This is obviously not financial advice or anything, but I'm thinking of just mining into Dogecoin full time. All right, no Litecoin, no, merge mining Dogecoin. Sorry, it will be merge mining, but I just want to talk about a lot in this video of a strategy that I did talk to a few people about, and some people are actually doing. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned. And before we do that, this video is sponsored by Okay, so how this whole strategy came about was a video from Mr. Geek of All Trades. I was watching his video called How to Merge Mine Doge in 2023. And this was an awesome video that he did. You guys should go subscribe to him. Link down below to his video here. And he's just talking about Dogecoin and how to merge mine it, obviously. With an L3 Plus, pretty awesome. And he had some great points in this video, like talking about the long-term potential of Dogecoin, and who knows if Elon Musk may pump Dogecoin again since he just bought Twitter recently. So what's not to say that that could happen, right? Obviously that is a huge gamble, right? It's a big risk to take, obviously, and trusting in someone like Elon Musk to pump Dogecoin again. But what's not to say that that could potentially happen, and not only not just Elon Musk, but the next Bitcoin cycle, for instance. If the market goes up again, let's say 2024, 2025, not financial advice, of course, but Dogecoin has gone up in previous bull runs, especially in 2017. I know it doesn't look like much here, but 2021, it was just massive. And there is a lot of different exchanges and such, centralized exchanges that have Dogecoin trading pairs, right? So there's a lot of the volume and liquidity for Dogecoin there. And so another thing is, why not just mine Litecoin? Some of you guys maybe asked, Red Panda, you were going to initially mine Litecoin only on Litecoinpool.org, which I'm still doing right now, yes. But what I'm trying to say is the multiplier, or in terms of how many times the price has gone up more than, let's say, Litecoin, for instance, is much better on Dogecoin. And so let's just do some quick math here. Let's just say, okay, let's say, what was the average, I'd say, during the bear market? Let's just say $45 USD per Litecoin, okay? And then what was the all-time high for Litecoin back in 2021? That would be about, let's see here, all-time high was $412.96. Okay, so if we did $412.96 divided by, let's say, $45, around the average during the bear market here, that would be a 9 times of the price, all right, from previous bear market, 2020 or 2019, right, to $412, right? So that's a 9 times multiply there. Now let's go ahead and do Dogecoin here. So for instance, Dogecoin was, let's say, in 2020, average was what, 0.3 cents, and then the all-time high for Dogecoin was 0.73. Okay, so let's just do 0.73 divided by 0.003, did I say 3 cents? Yeah, it's 0.00300. So equals that. And so that's a 243 times in price. Okay. Comparing it to Litecoin. What's not to say that Dogecoin could have another massive, appreciation in price, or a huge rally in price in the next run up, in the next Bitcoin cycle. What's not to say that that could happen? And there's potential that it won't happen at all, right? It's just because this previous pump up that happened was because of, I would say, a lot of people would say, is because of Elon Musk. But I'm going to have to say that's also due to back in May of 2021. That was when I think Bitcoin was what, 60K? So everything was up. It was not just Dogecoin. It was not just not just Bitcoin, not just Litecoin as well, right? Back in that time, April to May of 2021, everything was extremely high during that time. But the biggest strategy for me, just thinking about it, is the multiples of how much more Dogecoin can go up versus, let's say, Litecoin, for instance, what I initially wanted to do. So just some quick tips here. Okay, this is just a little, I guess, blog post on CoinDesk here. Risks of owning Dogecoin. So it says here, despite all the celebrity endorsement, social media hype, and internet tribe support, there are a number of associated risks with owning Dogecoin that many investors may not be aware of. So there is a unlimited supply. There's no Bitcoin is 21 million max supply. There's no max supply for Dogecoin. And so every block reward for Dogecoin is 10,000 Dogecoins every minute. And there is no halving for Dogecoin. Some people thought there would be a halving for Litecoin, which is happening in about 244 days, or in August of 2023 for Litecoin. So that's going to bring the block reward for Litecoin from 12.5 to 6.25 per block. But Dogecoin will not be having a halving. So there was a halving for Dogecoin, but that was back in January of 2015. And the coin's governance rules specified that there will be no more halving after that date. So since then, it's still 10,000 Doge per block, and there will not be a halving. But Litecoin will have a halving. Okay, just to reiterate that, some people thought there would be a halving for Dogecoin, and there isn't. So with that, also, I just want to show the Dogecoin Rich list, just to show how many people have a balance of, let's say, between 1,000 Doge and 10,000 Doge. There's over 500,000 Dogecoin addresses that have between that much. And apparently combined, that's about 1.7 billion Doge between all those people that have, depending, it could be one person per address here. It could be a couple people with multiple addresses. Who knows? But it's interesting to see this very, very bottom one here. There is one address with 38 billion Dogecoin. That is absolutely insane. I'm going to assume this is a exchange, and I think that shows right here, which is Robinhood. Okay, Robinhood is probably one of the biggest consumer or retail investor available apps or whatever people download that they can use to trade, right? Robinhood. And then the next big one is Binance with 5.52% of the Dogecoin here. So it's interesting to see this one wallet address, 38 billion, did I get that right? 38 billion Dogecoin has 27.98% of the coins, or a percentage of the coins. That is incredible. That is incredible. And you can see that on this last column here, percentage coins total. So just insane. I thought that was pretty funny to look at something like this. On bitinfocharts.com, they also have the rich list for Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin's here, Bitcoin Gold, a few, not every coin, but just a few coins here. I thought that was pretty interesting to look at for Dogecoin. So you guys can go check that out. All right. Now, finally, let's just talk about, my exact profitability now for my L7. So I did the video about 2 weeks ago of how much Litecoin mined on my Antminer L7 after a week. And so I was getting roughly about 0.4278 Litecoin every 24 hours. Okay. And this was on Litecoinpool.org, which mines Litecoin, and then Merge mines Dogecoin, but then that Dogecoin is then automatically converted into Litecoin. So that's why you can see the full 24 hours, how much I mined on Litecoinpool.org. So that was about 2 weeks ago. And here we are today, as of recording another week or two later, that 24 hours now, I've been getting on average about 0.3937 Litecoin every 24 hours. Okay. And the total 2 weeks of having this thing, it's almost about 9 Litecoin that I've mined thus far. So if we put exactly the 24 hour as of now, all right, as of December 2nd, as of recording, this 0.3937 Litecoin that I've mined is worth $30 USD. So what if I mined to another pool and that $30 USD would then turn into maybe 300 Dogecoin, right? And that 300 Dogecoin, for instance, that I've been mining, that I could potentially mine right now, could be worth, let's just say that 300 Doge I mine a day on that L7 times, let's say last all-time highs, 73 cents. That would then turn into $221 in a single day, that 300 Doge that I mined today. And if in the future, Dogecoin would appreciate in price, that could be worth $220. That would be insane. So if I times that by, like, let's say 30 days, that would be worth almost $6,600 potentially, right? That's the previous all-time high. But what's not to say the next, run up for Dogecoin, the next run up in the Bitcoin cycle, that, that 300 Doge that I mined today could be worth maybe $1, right? That'd be $300. Okay. Or maybe potentially even more. So in that single month, right? If I, mined, if that price went up to $1 in the next couple of years, potentially, who knows, that $9,000 would then be worth that in that single month that I mined all this Dogecoin, right? That 300 Dogecoin times, let's say 30 days, that'd be about, that'd be 9,000 Dogecoin, right? At $1, that'd be $9,000. Man, my math is terrible. But you guys understand what I'm getting at here, right? This is only like a month's worth. So if I kept mining Dogecoin for the next year, for instance, and I know that 300 Dogecoin I mine daily as of now won't be the same till the next year, because the Litecoin network hash rate continues to rise as a lot of these L7s or a lot of Litecoin ASICs are coming about on the network. And so as this is going to raise the difficulty, the yields, right, are going to be much lower. So I'm just going to say on average, maybe this is just a guesstimate. Let's just say on average 200 Dogecoin a day for the next year. So if I times that by 365 days, all right, I would get about potentially 73,000 Dogecoin after a year, potentially. And if I do this now, which I think I might want to try it, you guys can let me know, that 73,000 Doge, and if Doge went up to $1, would be $73,000, right? Or let's just say previous all-time high 0.7372 or something, right? That would be $52,000. So that $10,000 initial investment plus the electrical, so this thing is about 3.3 kilowatt hour times my electrical rate, 0.8 cents. That would be about 0.26 every hour times 24 hours. So that's about $6.33 a day for me. This is to run it times 30. So about almost, I'm going to say 200 after, some taxes, some other fees. I'm going to say about maybe $220 a month for me to run this Antminer L7 every month, right? So 220 times a year, 12 months. So realistically, to run this L7 for me for a whole year, about $2,700 a year. So if we equate the initial cost of investment of $10,000 on this, it's for someone to buy this as of right now, and then to mine it for a whole year, potentially at 8 cents, would then be about $13,000. So what's not to say in a year, if I mined 73,000, Dogecoin in a single year, that the potential of getting the money back and then some is going to be quite great, Of course, you have to equate, there's going to be taxes on this if that 73 grand actually came to be. And obviously the cost basis, depending on when the Dogecoin hits your wallet. And then, when you decide to sell it, there's going to be a capital gains, of course. If the Dogecoin price goes up quite high, there's going to be a lot of calculation there. I use something like coinly.io to calculate all that stuff. It's quite easy. So your profit, obviously, it's not going to be, 73 grand after all said and done, because there's going to be taxes and such. But you can expense that that 13 grand, including the electric, against this, 73 grand that you would put towards against the cost basis, right? The cost basis of how much Dogecoin you mined, depending on when you got the payout and stuff. So yeah, you can expense all of that. And so, yeah, is this something that I want to do? And I'm thinking of doing it through Unminable. All right. So Unminable, they have Dogecoin here, Litecoin. And if I click on Doge, for instance, they have the script ASIC part here where you can put in to merge mine Litecoin and Dogecoin. And then the rewards, you can be paid out in Doge. All right. So that might be something I want to try. I think I might do it. This is something that I feel like if that actually played out, whenever the next all-time high comes, potentially, then that would be a pretty awesome story, right? A pretty huge big brain play, let's say, for instance. But or it could not be, and I just wasted tons of money mining Dogecoin, and Dogecoin never went up ever again. That could happen, and that would obviously suck. I know there are a few other mining pools where, of course, you can do merge mining Litecoin and then Dogecoin, but I'm not quite sure if any of these pools can do into Dogecoin. I know there's a few pools here that'll do into Litecoin, right? It'll merge mine Dogecoin and then auto exchange that Dogecoin into Litecoin. Yes, but I don't know of anyone that does the other way around, like unmineable here. And of course, there's going to be fees and all that kind of stuff. I know some people will say, Red Panda, why don't you just merge mine Litecoin, Dogecoin into an exchange, and then you just trade that Dogecoin, or sorry, the Litecoin into Dogecoin? Well, you know what? I don't want to do that every day. I'm lazy, so I'm okay with, I guess, the fees here of whatever it's going to be. And you know what? I will update you guys next week. I'm going to switch over to unmineable here, and then I'm going to, yeah, we'll see how much Dogecoin I get every day, and I'm sure I'll be able to see what my payouts here are going to be. Okay, this is not financial advice. I don't want anyone to, do what I do. This is just something I'm just gambling on. I want to take the risk and see what could potentially happen, and if I could essentially get that money back faster because of how Dogecoin could go up a lot more potentially than what Litecoin has done in the previous history here. So I'm not saying that it could happen again. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. This is something that I'm going to try. So everyone that voted, thank you so much. But I guess I'm sorry I'm not going to do any of these things here. We're going to just mine Dogecoin all in and just see how that goes. All right. Okay, my friends, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts if this was a good idea or a bad idea, and if you think it'll play out or not. Or I'm just going to do it anyway. We'll see how it goes. All right. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one. And peace out. Oh, let me know if there's actually other alternatives to unmineable that can do it automatically into Dogecoin. Let me know down below. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.